Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media. It's Easter Sunday. Lisa Whiteside has dragged us up to Preston, to the gym. She's got a final training session before fight week. Lisa, very nice to see you, although I've probably eaten more eggs than you have.
Yeah, I've stayed off the eggs today. Obviously, my little boy's got bloody loads, and we've done a little Easter egg hunt in the back garden and chocolate galore, but no, I've not touched any. I've been good.
Well, listen, short fight camp for you this time, I think 3 or 4 weeks, but you're ready next week to take on Tycee Gallagher for the Commonwealth title.
Yeah, it's an opportunity that can't be missed. Obviously, been training and ticking over and always in camp and always training well. So it finally got confirmed. It was on, it wasn't on, we didn't know. And then eventually it got confirmed with 3 weeks to go. So obviously me and Mick were both like, absolutely fine, let's go for it, let's go and get that belt.
You stay sort of ready most of the time. We've seen you sort of training. You're like a bit of a machine. You're ready to fight for a world title any day of the week, aren't you?
Yeah, I think especially with the way that the pro game is, I think you've got to always be ready, haven't you, to take the opportunities when they come. So, yeah, fighting fit, ready to go. Like my strength and conditioning, because obviously it's been a bit of a waiting game, hasn't it, since the last fight, but that's been continuous, so feeling really strong, so really happy with that, good with my runs, my fitness, and then we've just upped the sparring in the past few weeks, and last spar tonight, so Easter Sunday, this is my little treat, sparring at 9:30 at night.
Well, listen, let's go back first of all to Sheffield. Your performance, I know you weren't happy with your performance, and you can do an awful lot better. This time out, a slightly different opponent. What have you taken away from the Sheffield performance?
I think I've just got to, take on board that I have really good boxing skills. Obviously, I can go out to war with any person, and I'll probably, 99.9% win them wars, won't I? But it's not always needed. I've got great boxing ability, great boxing mind. So it's got to be, tactically, and just take my time, enjoy it, box well, relax. And yeah, just go out there and be me, just relax and don't overthink things, listen to instruction. I've got 100% trust in Mick, so whatever Mick says, I will do. And I know that will then accomplish a really good win.
I could see him giving you a few words. I think the third round after your opponent sort of went at you a little bit, and you reacted in that fight. You definitely took charge of the second half of the fight, didn't you?
Yeah, I think from like third round onwards, I just boxed, and that's all I needed to do because I don't need to look for my power. I'm naturally strong. I'm naturally, not naturally fit, but I'm fit because I always make sure I'm fit. So it was just about just calming down a little, settling in, and then as you saw, I grew and grew into the fight. Caught her with some nice, lovely jabs over jabs, and yeah, it felt brilliant. Then it was a good finish to. Just a bit of a rubbish start, but you do know what I mean. It can happen to anybody. You can have a bad day in the office, can't you? So, and sometimes them days give you so much more because you learn from them. It gives you a bit of a clout around the ear hole and go right. At least don't do that next time. So yeah, we're all set for this one.
So Tycee Gallagher. Both got very similar records. She fought at York Hall last time. Of course, you've not fought at York Hall yet. Iconic place to go and box. She's definitely going to pose a different problem for you, I guess.
Yeah, I think her style's completely different to who the last two boxers have had. And, you've just got to prepare for anything really, because you don't know what she's going to be treating this as a world title. She'll be giving it her all. They'll have all different tactics. A, B and C tactics. So I'll have an answer to it all. But more so, she needs to answer to me because I won't be concentrating on what she does. I'm just going to concentrate on what I do. Utmost respect to her. She's got a great record. Obviously, she only lost on a majority decision to the current world champion now. So that holds her in good stead, doesn't it? And utmost respect. I'm chuffed she's took the fight because it's been bloody hard to get a fight. And they've never, straight away, they've been quite happy to go and fight for that Commonwealth again.
Well, that was my next question. You must have been, I don't know, the last year or so, frustrated beyond belief because no one would fight you.
Yeah, it's been tough. You're seeing girls going, and getting opportunities after opportunities, and I'm sat there trying to just get a fight. And yeah, it's really difficult because obviously, you know, I have got a great background, I've got them achievements, I've got everything to back up my boxing ability, my boxing skills. And yeah, I think my reputation, which I suppose is nice in some way, is that my reputation kind of destroys me a little bit in that I don't get opponents because nobody wants to get in with me. So it's nice to have that reputation, but I'd rather get the fights, to be fair.
Listen, as we said, fighting at York Hall, it must be something you're looking forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere, isn't it? You know, iconic place. It'll just be the atmosphere when you walk it out. It'll just be euphoric, won't it? You know, I'm obviously fighting a Londoner in London, so I'm sure the crowd's going to be cheering her on big time. But you know what? I'll just revel in that and just embrace it. And the thing is, which I'm very good at, because I've obviously, you know, I've travelled and boxed at world level Commonwealth games where you've got TVs following you into the ring and all sorts, you know, big stages, is that once you step in that ring, it's me, it's my opponent and the ref, and that's it. So the crowds, I'll just take it all in all, enjoy it, embrace it, and then go to work.
So listen, Commonwealth title, a really great title to win. If you're successful in the fight, what do you want to do next? Do you want to go for a world title? I know it sounds crazy, but it's not really in women's boxing, is it?
No, well, like if you look at Nina Hughes, that's exactly what Nina did. She won this same title and then got an opportunity to box Jamie Mitchell for a world title. So, you know, I just hope that I get given that opportunity to prove myself. It's going to be great to get a Commonwealth title. Obviously, I'm not going past this fight. We've got to make sure I win this fight. But to have won the Commonwealth Games in Australia as an amateur, to then go and win my first title as a pro, the same title but in the pros as a Commonwealth, it's quite touching, it's quite meaningful. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Quite a nice sideboard in your house, that one, it? 2 Commonwealth titles.
Yeah, I just need to find my medals and stuff. Everybody asks, where do you put your medals? I'm like, they're just in kitchen cupboard or something.
You've not got them up anywhere?
No, I've got space. I only live in a little cottage. No, I'm not. I'm just, do you know what I mean? I just take everything as it comes, enjoy life, enjoy my family, work hard, train hard, and hopefully it all comes off.
Now, tell us about your sort of changes in your routines, because you mentioned to me before got a new diet, or not a new one, but a dietitian in that's changed your routine a little bit. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I got a new nutritionist on board, Sam from Science from UK, and it's amazing. He's changed my outlook on food and my relationship with food and weight making. And you know, I think it was the days when I had to make 51 kilos on GB for 7 years. I lived a dehydrated, not so nice life, you know, a tough, you know, hardly eating anything, quite, you know, I was so strong then at that weight, but I was still quite drained. So you can imagine how much more energy I could have had. So now boxing at Super Bantam, obviously going off everything that Sam's given me with my food prep, my weight making, you know, not going too light too soon. Yeah, it's been pretty surreal. Hard to grasp a little bit, thinking, is this going to work? You know, I've just had a fillet steak for my tea tonight. And
I saw you with a Subway yesterday.
yes, yeah, that was for my lunch yesterday. So, yeah, I can't complain at all. I keep messaging him, Sam, is this real? He's like, yeah, just trust in me, Lee. So he's been cracking. So, yeah, that's been really good to get that on board. Obviously, this is the first one with him, and obviously in the future some more. So we'll see, and see if I am nice and strong. And I can't wait for after weighing in, because you should see my food then as well. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And Mick, of course, in your corner as always. How's he been in this camp? Has he enjoyed this camp as much as you?
Yeah, he's always brilliant. He always gives it 110% for me. You know, I entrust in him in everything he says and what we do in our training camps. And I know tactically, he'll know. I can say, you know, if Mick says do this, I do it. It will come off. So we've got a really good relationship. You know, really good friends, and it's just, yeah, it's come together really nicely. As short as it's been this camp, obviously we train with each other every week. 6 days a week, or 5 days a week. So we see each other every week, and Yeah, it's been really good, and he knows where I'm at all the time, not just physically but mentally, and where I'm at, if I'm in a good place or if I'm having a tired day, or if I've had a bad day, say Jensen's had me up in the night. He puts all that into the place with our training camp.
Now listen, let's talk a little bit about Katie Taylor's fight. She's got an amazing fight, of course. Chantel Cameron. It's going to be a very, very good night, and it's a great card. But obviously, there was been a bit of toing and froing going on. Somebody taking off the card, as you know. What do you make of all that?
It's a hard one. I think it's hard to comment because you don't know what's gone on behind closed doors. There's a lot of. Obviously, I don't think Chantel can talk about a lot of things, can she? So it's hard. But obviously, she's made that decision, and if that's the right decision to make sure she's 110% for the biggest fight of her life, and like you say, you don't know what's happened, then fair play. Absolutely gutted for Ellie, I'm not going to lie, but hopefully Eddie will just get her sorted. That fight will still occur, but hopefully on another big card as well. But for her to go for that world title on such a good show, it would have been amazing. But you've got to. I understand how gutting it is for Ellie, but also there's obviously a lot of bad blood there between the McGuigans and Cameron, so Cameron's got to do what's right for her.
And just so people know, I mean, we know both girls very, very well. They're both lovely girls, not a bad bone in their bodies, either of them, apart from when they get in the ring, because they're a bloody nightmare, the pair of them. So I don't think there's any animosity there. I think obviously Ellie's going to be very upset. But like you say, Eddie hopefully will sort her out in a different show. Going forward, if you get the Commonwealth title, a show like that would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Awesome. I'd absolutely love it. To have been, to get that opportunity to be on that card is just phenomenal. So, yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, get this title, move forward and get some good opportunities. And, yeah, that would mean the world to me.
You've always said you want to get a world title and then you're going to pack it in. I don't think you'll pack it in. I think you'll keep going. You get one and you're going to want two, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm always forever saying, I'll pack it in, and it never happens, does it? So, yeah, no, I just want to get given that opportunity. But again, I just don't want to look too far forward, as in, I've got to fight for this Commonwealth title against a girl who's got a cracking record. I'm not really sure about her amateur background or anything. I'm not, I only know her, well, I don't really know her. I only know that she's Boknina. That's kind of how I found out about her. So, most respect to her and bring on the fight.
Well, fair play to both of you for taking the fight. It's going to be a cracking night on Friday night, York Hall. I'm guessing you're taking a few down with you?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? But it being a bloody Friday in London, so we're 5 hours away. But yeah, I've got a few following me coming down, and then I've got quite a few from London that have followed me, so they're coming through. So that's really nice. But I'm sure the crowd will just enjoy the fight. If you're cheering me or if you're cheering Ticey, it'll be a cracking fight, great atmosphere. We've got some good lads on it as well, haven't we? Danny Dignam, and so there's going to be some good fights on that night, and the atmosphere, I can't wait. It's going to be probably, it's going to be one of the best atmospheres going, because, yeah, I've boxed in big shows, like when my debut was at Stevenage for the Billy Joe Saunders fight, but when I was on, it was quite quiet because I was just doing my first debut 4-rounder. So to actually go out to a big crowd and it feels really, really good. It's going to be cracking.
We've heard it's nearly sold out because, of course, Joe Joyce is fighting just up the road at the Copper Box on Saturday. So there's a lot of people in London and a lot of things for boxing and media. And I've heard it's pretty much sold out. So it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then, like you say, Joe's there. And obviously, Joe's managed by my same team. So my team will be down there. Excuse me. I don't know if Joe will be. I'm sure he'll be resting for his fight. But hopefully get some of them down cheering me on too. So, yeah, we look forward to it.
Listen, I'm not going to stand in your way any further this evening. It's been really, really good to speak to you again. It's been too long. And we're going to now watch you whack some bags and a little bit of sparring. So good luck on Friday, and we hope that you bring the belt home.
Oh, cheers. Thanks very much. Thank you.